Hey guys, so today is Monday, I want to say. Yes, today is Monday. Okay, sorry. Today's Monday, and I was going to record something on Saturday in order to post it for tomorrow's video, because like I said, I'm trying to post on Tuesdays, but all week was pretty chaotic, and it ended with us having to take Emmanuel to the hospital. Okay. I thought maybe it might be a little bit better if I just, if this video was just sharing my little panic, my I don't know how to describe it, but my little panic couple days, and then if we get to go home today, I'll kind of share a little bit of us going home and getting him resettled. But this is all I'm going to have for you guys for this week, because the last few days has not been fun. So Thursday into Friday, I noticed that Emmanuel had a cough, and it was just a cough. There was no phlegm. He was occasionally sneezing, but there was no mucus, so I didn't really think much of it. And then Friday night, anytime I tried to nurse him, he would latch and drink for maybe a minute or two before he would start to panic, and try to unlatch and start crying. And it was weird because I knew he was hungry, but I wasn't sure why he was having such a hard time. He didn't sound congested. It just looked like he was struggling. So that was all night Friday, and then early Saturday, when he usually has his morning feeds around 6 in the morning, I tried to feed him, and I noticed that his whole body was moving when he was breathing, which was not normal for him, because usually when he's asleep and he's breathing, you'll see his stomach move a little bit, or his chest, but his whole body was moving. So almost immediately I knew something was off, and because it has something to do with breathing, I did not want to waste any time. Saturday, I was supposed to go deliver a cake to a customer, and I'm thankful. This is one of those times where I'm really, really, really thankful to have a village, to have people that will come together and do what they can to support each other and all of that, especially when it comes to family. My in-laws, my mother-in-law, I called Shimon first, and he immediately agreed that we needed to get him to a hospital. And so I then called my in-laws, because I was planning on taking the kids over there anyhow on Saturday. So by the grace of God, that worked out the way that it did. And so I called my mother-in-law, and I told her the situation. She could hear Emmanuel coughing and wheezing through the phone, and so we made a plan to meet up downtown Houston, where I could admit him to Texas Children's Hospital. I didn't want to just take him to an emergency room or a ready clinic, because sometimes they'll direct me to another location, and I didn't want to have to waste any time if it was something that was really serious. So I went straight to Texas Children's, because that's who they cater to. So I rounded up the kiddos, super early Saturday morning around 8 o'clock and met up with my mother-in-law. I took the I brought the cake with us and had one of my sister-in-laws delivered it for me, which, Tiffany, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate not having to completely cancel on my customer, because that would have been tragic as well, but I would have done it, but I'm grateful that I didn't have to. So I met up with my in-laws close to the hospital. They took the kiddos, and Emmy and I got over here to Texas Children's, and I can say I'm very pleased with how quick they got us into one of the emergency rooms and started looking at him. The nurse, or I don't know if he was a nurse or like what his position is, but he put him on the table, and the whole bed was shaking. That's how much his body was working at the time. And so basically, I'm going to try not to make this a super long explanation or story time, but basically he had RSV, or has, I guess technically, at the moment that I'm recording this. He still has it, but and it's something that's very common, and it's not as severe for it's basically like a cold. It's a virus, and it's not it's very common. It's not as severe with older kids or adults, but with him being so little, his nostrils are little, and all of that, his body was working really, really hard to do very basic things. And so when we were first admitted, their biggest concern was trying to relieve some of the work that his body was having to do. They were concerned that if he kept continuing to do the amount of work, if his body kept continuing to do the amount of work that it was doing, it was going to get tired and stop doing the work. So when he said that, I almost started bawling my eyes out. I got really scared. I'm not gonna lie. The idea of if I possibly could have waited, and RSV alone like I said, it's not as serious as it, I mean, it can be pretty serious. Don't get me wrong, but it's a virus, and he, for the most part, he just has to get through it. But by the time that I brought him to the hospital, his body was working really, really, really hard. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful and so thankful that I listened to my spirit and listened to those mommy tugs and just brought him straight over, found a way, was able to make it work with family, and brought him over. For the first day, almost day, we were just trying to find a bed in that in the tower that we were in, but we ended up moving to a cardiac wing or tower, or whatever you want to call it. Even though it didn't have anything to do with his heart, that was the space they had available, so we went there. And we stayed there. It's Monday now, so all of Sunday basically has been them giving him oxygen consistently, and watching his heart rate, watching his body, making sure all of his vitals looked good, giving him fluids. The hardest part for me the first day was that they didn't want him to eat anything, and so he was so fussy, and I knew why, but we couldn't feed him. So I think that was the hardest part for me, was knowing that the one thing that I can contribute to they didn't want to do in the very beginning. So just sitting back and watching him cry or trying to soothe him, even though I knew what it was that he was wanting, was a little difficult. But it is now Monday, like I said, and it's almost going on 2 o'clock, and his doctors have talked about, they've slowly been weaning him off of the oxygen. You okay? They've slowly been, they've slowly been weaning him off of the oxygen, and so this morning around 9, they completely took him off the oxygen to see how he was going to do. He's been doing pretty well, and so they're discussing us being able to go home. So I just wanted to kind of vlog this. Part of the reason why I started the channel in the first place is I don't have the best memory. I don't know why my mind won't retain a lot of information, but I don't want to forget stuff like this. So this is in part for you guys, in part for me, because when I look back, I want to remember some of the things that I thought, how I was feeling, stuff like that. And I know that it's being put out there for you guys as well, but that's just so that if anyone else has gone through similar situations, that you don't feel alone, and that maybe if you've been in a similar situation, you can comment it down below so that I don't feel alone. Some mom guilt definitely set in because it is a virus. He got it from somewhere, and you know, we try to be fairly careful, but with us homeschooling, I also don't want to isolate my kids. So, you know, I try to do things to kind of keep them active, them making friends and stuff like that. So this is just one of those things that come with the territory of being social. So, yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys and kind of give you my insight and my take on the situation. Texas Children's, for the most part, has been great. Their staff is really great here at least in the Houston downtown location. The staff has been great. It's clean. Obviously it's clean. That's kind of what they do. But you know, some hospitals aren't as clean. I won't name names, but it's a really nice hospital. I love that in some of these rooms, the bathroom has like a full-on a tub. Like, you know how you go to the hospital and you think just the shower, they actually have the tubs that are like kid size, and I think that that's really cute. And you see like little hand-drawn stuff around the building from other patients, and I think that that's such a sweet touch on how to connect these little hearts, and so that they know that they're not alone. And yeah, I think I will say there was one nurse that I didn't particularly appreciate, but thankfully his time with me was short. And because by the time we switched rooms, they did a shift change, so that worked out. But other than that, the staff was great. The food is mediocre, but you know, that comes with the territory of a hospital. It's not that big of a deal. That was one thing at Texas Children's, because I nurse him. I got to eat. I got their food service, so that was nice. I didn't know that the first day, so my mother-in-law brought me some food, but then Saturday and today I got to eat. Sunday and today I got to eat their food. But so right now he is sleeping kind of on and off. I'm going to, if they do discharge us, I'm going to see if they will suction his nose and his mouth one more good time for the road, because we do have quite a drive. And I just want to make sure that when he's back there that he's okay. And I'll keep you guys updated. I thank you guys for listening, and I appreciate any prayers. And I'll see what I will record on our way home. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And if I don't come back, I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Say hi to Daddy. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.